Hipkins.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. And now that I've had a chance to refresh my memory, I do want to address the issues around the State Sector Act and the changes being made to the State Sector Act. And these, and in particular, on page 33 of the bill currently before the House, lines 14 to 19, the new powers that are being given to the Commissioner for State Services. And I just want to run through those because these were debated at Select Committee and there was some divided opinion amongst the submitters and amongst the teacher unions and the principals who came and presented to the committee. The new power, 1A, that's inserted, basically says the Commissioner, the State Services Commissioner, may, in addition to the actual conditions declared under subsection 1, approve further conditions of employment for an individual employee or class of employees, that has been struck out, who is employed in the education service under a collective agreement if the conditions are mutually agreed on and not inconsistent with the conditions of the collective employment agreement. And what the submitters presented to the committee was support for the idea that the Commissioner should be able to approve in individual circumstances additional conditions of employment, but they should not be able to impose those on a whole class of employees as the bill was originally structured. And so there were a variety of submissions that were received, and they were by no means unanimous. So the PPTA supported the amendments. The NZEI and a couple of individual submitters supported parts of the amendments but not parts of others. But the main issue of concern was around the idea that the State Services Commissioner could approve new conditions of employment for a whole class of employees, because what that would effectively do is undo bargaining, the collective bargaining provisions, because these are provisions that would be in addition to any collective employment agreement that has been entered into. And that really does undermine the whole good faith bargaining concept, that if bargaining can take place and then the Commissioner can then go outside of the bargaining to approve additional terms and conditions, that would undermine that. And so the change that has been made to allow the Commissioner the ability to approve additional terms and conditions for individuals, which has now been made by striking out the words or any class of employee, basically I think meets that test. And so having earlier said that we were going to oppose this, I can say that we will support it on the basis of the Select Committee's very sensible change, because I think that we have actually addressed the concerns that were being raised by the submitters.